talk a little bit about setting up your site to work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, it's interesting that all of us, no matter who we are, no matter how wealthy we are, no matter how prestigious we are, no matter how much influence we have or don't have, all of us just have 24 hours a day. So when we think of trading time for money, regardless of who we all are limited with time. And therefore, trading time for money may put a limit on the amount of money we can make. But most of us, though, are used to having what's called a linear income. What is a linear income? Linear income is when you say, well, I will work this many hours or for so much pay, or I will work this much an hour. That's linear pay. You only have so many hours, so you're only going to be able to make so much pay. And many times it's understandable that businesses may limit the amount of time that you can work for them so that you only get a certain amount of pay. But that's linear income. And then there is income where you're not working or trading time for money. See? So that can be, for example, what we call passive income. Well, what is that? Well, that's where you make the effort. You certainly do work. You're going to work very hard, but that work continues on and on and on, and you continue to get paid for that work that you did. We consider that also residual income. Actors and actresses often will have royalties. You see, every time they're showed or what they did, that one-time effort that they made in acting, they get paid on that every time it's showed. You see, so it's not a new concept, but when it comes to what we're going to be discussing and setting up your website that way, you can also make residual income. And you have to think of the idea of being global as opposed to just being a local business. See, you might have a brick and mortar business, and maybe it's you own a garage, or perhaps a beauty salon, or you're a barber, or whatever the situation might be. You have only that period of time a day to do work. However, when you own a website that is an authority website, that's working 24 hours a day for you. And as the sun goes down in this part of the world, it comes up in another part of the world. And people are visiting your website all over the world. That is your goal, really, is to be a global business and to have that type of influence. When you do that, then you're making income 24/7. See, 7 days a week. While you're sleeping, you're actually still making income. Not that you didn't work. We're not saying that you just sit back and the money will flow in, and as many times people will say that. That's not the case. You have to work at optimizing your site, and you have to be regular and consistent with your activity. But you're not trading time for money, and at the same time, your value that you're offering is growing, and therefore your money grows. See, so you're being really paid for value.